Welcome back. I found some key differences that almost no one talks about. So watch to the end or you'll miss the most important part.
If productivity tools actually work perfectly, we'd all be calm, organized, and not watching comparison videos at midnight. Yet here we are. So let's talk money first because pricing is where reality kicks in. Tana positions itself as a premium, structured thinking tool, and its pricing reflects that ambition clearly. Tana offers a free plan with limited nodes and core features, mainly to let you understand the graph-based workflow before committing any money. This free tier is functional but intentionally constrained, designed more as an onboarding experience than a long-term solution. The paid plan, Tana Plus, is typically priced monthly or annually, with the annual option offering a noticeable discount that rewards long-term users who are confident in the system. On average, you're paying a mid-range subscription that sits above simple note apps but below enterprise knowledge platforms. You're not paying for storage space or pretty fonts, you're paying for structure, speed, and automation inside a personal knowledge graph that grows with you. Reflect, on the other hand, usually prices itself slightly higher than Tana on a monthly basis, positioning itself as a premium minimalist thinking tool with strong backlinking and daily note focus. Reflect often appeals to users who value polished simplicity over deep structural customization, and that pricing difference reflects philosophy rather than raw feature count or technical depth. Tana's value proposition becomes much clearer once you understand its feature set. At its core, Tana is a supercharged outliner built on a graph database. Everything is a node, and every node can evolve into something else later, which means your notes are never locked into a rigid structure decided on day one. Super tags are one of Tana's defining features, allowing you to create schemas that behave like templates, databases, and automation rules all at once. You can define properties, relationships, and commands that transform plain text into structured knowledge instantly, without rewriting or reorganizing later. Tana also supports advanced queries, letting you pull live lists of notes based on conditions, tags, or relationships, which makes it feel closer to a personal knowledge engine than a traditional note app. Daily notes exist, but they are fully connected to the rest of your system instead of living in isolation, meaning random thoughts can later become tasks, projects, or reference material. Keyboard-first navigation, fast capture, and AI-assisted commands help power users move quickly without breaking thinking flow. You can build task systems, content pipelines, research databases, meeting logs, and even lightweight CRMs all inside the same environment without switching tools. However, Tana is not without downsides. The learning curve is real, and beginners may feel overwhelmed by concepts like nodes, super tags, inheritance, and queries. The interface prioritizes function over visual polish, which can feel intimidating or unfinished to users coming from more design-focused tools. Mobile usage is limited compared to desktop, making it less ideal for heavy on-the-go note-taking or quick captures. Collaboration features exist, but are not the primary focus, so teams may find it lacking compared to whiteboard-style platforms. Finally, because Tana encourages deep system building and endless optimization, some users spend more time tweaking their setup than actually doing the work, which can quietly turn productivity into a hobby instead of real, tangible output. Now let's shift to Reflect and why it appeals to a very different type of thinker compared to system-heavy tools. Reflect is built around clarity, focus, and intentional writing rather than deep structure or automation. Its core features revolve around daily notes, bidirectional backlinks, and fast, distraction-free writing that feels almost invisible when you're in flow. Reflect emphasizes connecting ideas naturally over time, making it ideal for journaling, research thinking, and long-form reasoning, where clarity matters more than structure. The interface is clean, minimal, and designed to keep your attention on the words rather than the system behind them. Backlinks automatically surface related thoughts, helping patterns emerge without manual organization, folders, or constant tagging. Reflect also includes strong calendar integration, allowing daily notes to sync with your schedule, which is especially appealing to professionals who think in time-based workflows filled with meetings, calls, and deadlines. AI features assist with summarization, rewriting, and idea expansion, but they stay mostly out of the way unless you intentionally call on them, which preserves the calm writing experience and avoids cognitive overload. Offline access and fast sync make Reflect reliable for writers who move between devices frequently and want peace of mind that nothing breaks mid-thought or mid-sentence. The pros of Reflect are its simplicity, speed, and mental comfort. It feels calming to use, requires almost no setup, and encourages consistent thinking habits, rather than complex systems that demand maintenance. The app is excellent for writers, researchers, founders, executives, and solo operators who want their notes to feel like a private thinking space instead of a productivity dashboard or task manager. Another advantage is how Reflect encourages depth over volume. Instead of capturing everything, it subtly nudges users to slow down, refine ideas, revisit earlier notes, and build understanding through repetition rather than constant expansion. This can lead to clearer insights, stronger arguments, and better long-term decision-making. However, Reflect's limitations become clear for power users. There is less support for structured data, task systems, and advanced automation. You cannot build complex schemas, conditional logic, or dynamic queries like you can in Tana, and that makes Reflect less suitable for operational workflows or multi-layered projects that require precision. Customization is intentionally limited, which may frustrate users who want to mold the tool to their exact process or evolve it over time as their needs grow. Reflect is more about flow than control, which can feel restrictive once your knowledge base grows large and interconnected. In terms of reputation, Trustpilot ratings can provide some insight, but availability varies. At the time of recording, Reflect has limited publicly aggregated Trustpilot reviews, so any rating should be taken as anecdotal rather than definitive. Tana also has limited Trustpilot presence, meaning most feedback comes from community discussions and long-term user testimonials rather than formal review platforms. Always cross-check user experiences before committing. Final takeaway time. If you love systems, structure, and building a second brain that behaves like software, Tana is the smarter choice. If you value calm thinking, elegant writing, and minimal friction, Reflect will feel better day to day. Neither is objectively better. They simply serve different minds. If this comparison helped, hit like, subscribe for more honest software breakdowns, and click the link below to try the tool that supports how you actually think, not how productivity influencers say you should.